Okay, your name
Clint Gower.
and your occupation.
I'm a captain paramedic for the Phoenix Fire Department.
Give us an overview of what you do at the Tactical Games.
Yeah, I'm a 40s plus masters athlete as well as an elite athlete, multiple time event winner, as well as runner-up, national runner-up last year in 2023 for the Tactical Games.
What was your first impression on being on the boards?
The first impression being on the boards, it was very interesting to me. When you kind of look at them from the outside, you're not quite sure what to expect, and then when you get on them, you really get to see what they're all about. The disassociation from the ground, you don't have kind of that grounded, like we do just walking around normally and stuff. But it's really interesting how the intensity that it provides, as well as how much you're actually like all just your motor units and everything that you're using while you're actually working with it. The intensity is a lot more than you expect, actually. So as soon as you get on there, you're like, oh, I kind of got this. I've got this taken care of. And then it quickly humbles you. So.
Right. And then how do you think adding your workouts with the boards into what you're doing for the Tactical Games, do you think will propel you to be that next level?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it just continues to build upon kind of like what you already have as far as foundation. It's just a whole nother level as far as just, the stability that you have, just kind of really working with, not that level ground and really kind of learning to work with that unevenness. It's very interesting kind of how that plays into it. So it kind of starts to really bring everything in, to be honest with you. That focus gets a little bit smaller and really kind of grounds you down a little bit more, obviously, and makes you more focused on the task at hand. It's really interesting. Like to go back to kind of what we talked about earlier, you kind of see the boards, and you can maybe come from athletics or some other things, and you're like, oh, I can kind of this is going to be so bad until you really get on it. And like I said, it's a really humbling experience. So talking about the deadlifts more specifically, it's very interesting because we lift in certain planes, and they're kind of straight up and down, and you're really used to that movement pattern until you get on the boards. Well, those movement patterns kind of go out of the they're not the ordinary anymore. So you really have to focus on what you're doing, what muscle groups you're actually pulling from or pushing from. So a lot of core activation, and it's a lot more focus driven than I was prepared for.